Hey guys, my name is Mike Kudleski. I'm the new outreach coordinator here at Mac Incorporated. This is our third home exercise video for the Life Bridges program. We're going to go over some cool postural exercises, some breathing exercises, and some really neat nerve glide exercises that just help you kind of work on kind of like neural mobility, and I'll explain what that means here in just a minute. So the very first exercise I want to do is going to kind of dictate the tempo and the rhythm of all the other exercises we're going to do in this video. So this is just called a box breathing exercise. So all you're going to do is have a seat in a chair, just nice and relaxed. Just go ahead and put your hands right down at your side, just sitting up nice and tall. So for our box breathing, what we're going to do is do a 4-second pursed lip breath in. So when I say pursed lip breathing, I mean like imagine like you have a straw and you're trying to suck air through it. So what you're going to do is kind of scrunch your lips up together, just take a big deep breath in, and when you do, you're going to try to pull all that air really deep down into your diaphragm. So if you feel yourself taking a breath in, and your shoulders come up and you lean back and you kind of shrug a little bit, try to relax all that stuff and try to breathe just with kind of the center of your abdomen right here. So I'm going to take that big pursed lip breath in. Got about a 4 Mississippi count in my head, then I'm going to hold it for a 4 count, and then I'm going to breathe out for that same 4 count. Then after I pushed all that air out, I'm going to hold that exhale for a good 4 count, and then just going through it in full speed again. Big 4 count breath in, 4 count hold at the top here, 4 count breath out, and then a 4 count hold once you push all that air out there. So that's our little box breathing exercise. You can do that for sets of 10, take a little break, breathe normally. If you start feeling a little dizzy or lightheaded or anything, obviously take a break whenever anything feels off or weird, but just kind of working on this diaphragmatic breathing exercise here. We're really trying to get that big breathing muscle doing a lot of the work, pulling the air in and pushing the air out. It's a really good relaxation exercise, but yeah, it's great for stuff like this because you can really, like I mentioned before, dictate the tempo of some other exercises. So like I mentioned, we're going to do some nerve gliding exercises. So what we're going to do for our first one here, this is an upper body parallel nerve glide exercise. So all that means I'm going to have my arms straight out to my sides. The goal for this one is pushing my hands apart as far as they can from each other. So if you're doing this one right, you should even feel a little bit of a stretch kind of in your shoulders and your upper back, maybe in the front of your chest a little bit. We're just going to try to push those hands out nice and far. So I'm going to go ahead and do my boxed breathing work again, where I'm going to take a big breath in and turn to my right side, and when I do, I'm going to turn my right palm up into the air. So just do my 4 count breath, I'm going to hold it, I'm going to continue pushing everything away, so then when I breathe out, I'm going to turn over to the other side. Hold this for a 4 count, continue pushing apart. I'm going to take my next breath in. Turn to my right side, make sure that palm turns up, hold it for a 4 count. And then we're just breathing out, pushing away. So you want to do this one for at least 2 sets to make sure you get practice with the inhale and the exhales on each side. So you don't want to always be breathing out to the right side and always be breathing into the left side. Just make sure you switch it up and do at least 2 sets of 10 with that one. Our second nerve glide exercise that we're going to do with the same breathing pattern is if your chairs have arms on, you can scoot up just a little teeny tiny bit. So I'm going to have my arms straight down at my sides. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. And then what I'm going to do with my hands, I'm going to point the palms of my hands straight down at the floor. So even when you get to this position here, if I feel a little stretch in the palm of your hands, maybe a little bit in your forearm, your elbows, that's okay. Try to hold this position as best you can. So with this one, I'm going to do a great big shrug on my breath in. I'm going to pull all that air in with my diaphragm and shrug up. Still keeping my palms facing the floor. I'm going to hold this top position, get a lot of tension up in my shoulders and my traps and stuff, and I'm going to push straight down into the floor. With a great big breath out, just get those palms as close to the floor as you can. Hold that exhale position, and then another breath in to bring it back up. Big up, big shrug, lots of tension. Hold it for a 4 count, and then pressing all the way back down into the floor. So when you're doing this one, you might feel kind of like almost like a tingling sensation, maybe like a little stretch kind of at the ends of your fingertips and stuff. That's okay. What we're trying to do is kind of move our muscles, move our bones around all those nerves and all those nerve tunnels that all those nerves are sitting in. So that's a really good one for that. So the last exercise I got for you is I am actually going to turn my chair over to the side here. I'm going to have a seat. So this is another nerve glide exercise that you can do while seated for your lower body. So this is a great exercise for your hamstrings, for your lower back, for SI joint stuff. So what I'm going to do is start up nice and tall. I'm going to take my left foot to start, just going left foot down, I got my heel down, I got my toes up, I'm really actively pulling my toes back, and I'm going to actively try to keep as rigid a posture as I can up top here. So I'm going to start this with a breath in, and I'm not going to go anywhere just yet, so I'm going to take a big breath in at the top. I'm going to hold it for that 4 count, then I'm going to take a big deep breath out. I'm trying to maintain that posture, so a lot of times people kind of fold over, they cheat a little bit with it, try to keep that posture nice and rigid on that breath out. When you get to the end, we're just holding that position. Feel a big stretch here, a little stretch in your lower back. Then I'm going to take my big deep breath in and sit back up. So maintain that really, really good posture. Holding at the top of that 4 count, then I'm going to breathe out. Try to get a little bit further than I did the first time without cheating too much. Hold it for that 4 count, big breath in to come back up. And then one more breath out for one more stretch. And then you can relax with that one. So try to do that one for about 10 reps on each leg. And then, yeah, that's all the exercises I got for you this morning.